Police have uncovered a suspected drug lab this morning, and it started out as a medical call. Tammy?
Yeah, that's right, Adam. Officers also found the body of a man in the apartment, but the death is not being treated as suspicious. The body is being removed here early this morning from the apartment near Mount Pleasant and Eglinton. Police were called here late last night where they made the discovery. Some neighboring apartments were evacuated as a precaution, but everyone has now been allowed back into their units. Police have not said exactly what type of drugs were found, nor have they released the name of the man who was found dead. A big blow for Bombardier's bid to break into the American aviation market, with the U.S. Department of Commerce slapping a 220% duty on its C-Series jets. The duty comes after Boeing launched a complaint that Bombardier was being subsidized by the Quebec and Canadian governments. That complaint came after Bombardier's deal with Delta for up to 125 C-Series jets, believed to be worth about $6 billion. The financial penalty doesn't come into effect until Bombardier delivers its first jet, which is expected in the spring. But the financial penalties could still be dropped because the U.S. International Trade Commission has to rule next spring whether the Bombardier-Delta deal actually hurt Boeing's business. Royal fans flocking to the CN Tower to get a glimpse of Prince Harry, but it was a well-known radio personality who made quite the impression on the royal. The prince did a walk around greeting fans last night before a reception at the CN Tower. This is all part of the ongoing Invictus Games, of course. In attendance was our very own Kiss 92.5's Maury Sherman, who managed to get a quick laugh out of the prince.
I would leave my husband for you. Sorry? How are you? I'd leave my husband for you.
You've been here for 4 hours apparently.
I have, because I really wanted.
Did they let you in the tower or did they kick you out?
No, I stood here for 4 hours.
You stood here for 4 hours?
Yes. Quick
in that
question
case,
for
I'm
you.
very nice.
When you travel, do you live out of your luggage or do you completely unpack?
Live out of my luggage.
Do you really?
Unpacked bag.
Oh, okay. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never unpack it. It's always there.
Fantastic.
I'm not the only person.
Dude, you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
Oh, thanks very much.
The prince taking it all in stride. The exchange now making headlines in the UK. The Sun writing, Prince Harry gets surprise proposal from excited male fan after going public with girlfriend Meghan Markle in Toronto. The Mirror went with, Prince Harry received surprise proposal after going public with girlfriend Meghan Markle in Toronto. And the Daily Mail writing, Canadian DJ tells Harry he'd leave his husband for the prince. Well, the Daily Mail also reporting this morning that girlfriend Meghan Markle is staying with the prince at the Fairmont Royal York Hotel. It's not clear which suite they're staying in, but it could possibly be the $2,300 a night Royal Suite, which has a fireplace, bar, and a 16-seater dining room. The two have been together for just over a year and made their first public appearance as a couple earlier this week at Nathan Phillips Square for the Invictus Games. And if you want to catch some Invictus Games today, cycling begins at 9 o'clock this morning at Hyde Park, and tickets are free. The Prince expected to watch some sitting volleyball at the Mattamy Athletic Center this evening. Games begin at 5 o'clock tonight. Tickets cost about $25. Ontario's plan to raise the minimum wage to $15 could cost the province up to 90,000 jobs. That's according to TD Bank. The report says implementing the increase so quickly will slow the rate of economic growth, leading to the job losses by 2020. But the report adds that raising the minimum wage can potentially generate more benefits to society. To ease the job losses, the bank recommends extending the implementation of the minimum wage by at least 2 years to 2021. And creating different minimum wages for different parts of the province, higher in Toronto and then lower in areas where it is less expensive to live. The increase to $15 an hour will be implemented by January 1st of 2019. Well, the candidate handpicked by President Donald Trump has lost his bid to become the Republican candidate for the Senate race in Alabama. Trump had been backing this man, 64-year-old Luther Strange, who the president liked for his anti-establishment views. Now, Trump had even campaigned on his behalf, but he was knocked off by evangelical Christian Roy Moore. The 70-year-old says, despite the president supporting his rival, he fully backs the Trump administration. The president quickly deleted Twitter posts where he pledged support for Strange. Republicans are likely to win the Senate race in December, having held the state for a quarter of a century. Incredible video from central Ukraine as a munitions depot is blown to bits in a massive explosion. The blast prompted the evacuation of 28,000 people in the immediate area. The depot housed some 188,000 tons of weapons and explosives. One person was hurt in the blast. Officials say they're looking at sabotage as a possible cause for the explosion.